herzlich willkommen zurück, alle miteinander. Ja, wie haben euch die ersten beiden Folgen gefallen? Noch ist ja relativ unereignisreich, obwohl wir natürlich das ganz dicke Ding am Anfang hatten mit Guybrush, dem alten Guybrush auf der Parkbank. Ich glaube aber nicht, dass das die endgültige Lösung zum Ende von LeChucks Revenge ist, denn es fehlte ein Detail, ne? Das habt ihr ja alle gemerkt. Es fehlte das Detail, dass Chucky auf einmal so gelacht hat. Und ich kann mir vorstellen, dass es einfach so eine Art Doppelbluff ist, ja, dass also dass gesagt worden ist, dann, lasst euch drauf ein, ne? Oh, es war alles nur ein Spiel und so weiter, aber ich glaube, dass dieses eine Detail sehr wichtig sein wird. Es kann natürlich sein, dass es komplett Mist ist, was ich hier erzähle, aber ich glaube tatsächlich, dass das so sein kann, vielleicht sogar so sein wird. Gut, wir brauchen eine Lupe, ne? Die Scamba wollen wir nicht. Wir wollen erstmal die Docs. Oh oh. Oh oh. Le Ship.
How clever. Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? Short of swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Have you got anything more senior?
Well, I need a second mate, a bosun, a ship surgeon, and a gunner. Do you think you're qualified for any of those?
Der zweite Mart, toller Bootsmann, Schiffsarzt, Kanonier.
I could be second mate.
Do you honestly have any idea what a second mate does?
Goes to store openings and funerals and waits for the first mate to be incapacitated?
I thought so.
Okay. Nee. Also wir sind Captain.
Okay. Never mind.
Oder zumindest irgendwas in der Art. Und das ist doch hier aus dem Teaser, oder?
Looks like this is going to be a long journey.
Grog?
I hope this isn't one of those party cruises.
Das weiß man nie genau. Okay, können wir da rauf? Nee, ne?
Yes?
I want to ask about that swabby job after all.
The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck, mein Neffe. Nicht verwandt.
Andrew LeChuck. No relation.
What a coincidence. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry. Can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Mist.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop.
Ich kann mir auch übrigens noch vorstellen, dass es wahrscheinlich noch einen Wechsel vom
Why was
Artstyle
Wally in
gibt.
such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Aha. Okay. Wir gehen mal gucken, was hier sonst noch so ist. So, Lili. Hier kommen wir nicht mehr rein. Wir brauchen eine Lupe. Wally jetzt da? Ja.
Hey, Wally?
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
Okay. Kannst du uns einen Mob verkaufen, Wally?
I'm looking for a mop.
This is maps and more, not mops and more.
Ah,
I was
verwechselt.
hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
Ja, stimmt. Gute Idee.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny
Ja.
you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
Ja. So ist das.
The town seems to be pretty run down.
Since Captain Madison made Melee her base of operations, people have been complaining. They say she brings a bad element to town, but that bad element spends a lot of money on maps. So, what am I supposed to do?
Do what's right?
I am. I'm doing what's right for Wally.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Wally. What's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby.
Er spioniert also.
I had a map like this once, but I sailed left. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? This must be Trouser Island.
Actually, Mr. Threepwood, it's...
Yep, Trouser Island. This map shows both sides of the globe.
it's twice the value.
Ooh, looks chilly up there. It's a long, small map of somewhere far, far away. That looks like a treacherous voyage. It says, rating, cursed black diamond.
Okay.
The first rule of piracy is
haben wir noch?
never buy a used treasure map. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself.
Okay, können wir hier noch raufgehen?
Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it
Ja, aha,
to
okay.
keep an eye.
Well, it's good.
Ah, so kann ich ja nochmal skippen. Das, so war das ja, genau. Wupp. Ja, dann gehen wir doch mal uns einen Mob holen. Und zwar aus der Scum-Bar. Oh, was ist der? Nein, Cobb! Es ist Cobb! Aus Loom!
Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Nein!
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
Erzählen wir nochmal von Loom.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Och, Mann.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body is fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Das wäre so geil, wenn das da so ein kleiner Einspieler jetzt wäre.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic, stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
Geil. Wer jetzt das nicht verstanden hat, der kann hier auf dem Kanal mal gucken. Da habe ich auch Loom aufgenommen. Dann wisst ihr, was er meint. Auch ein schönes Adventure. Macht Spaß.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Saß Cobb da auch eben schon? Weil... Hat sich ja nicht gesehen.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Prächtig.
Peachy.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Oh, das ist ja nett. Ihr geht es gut, keine fehlenden Teile. Immer noch im öffentlichen Dienst. Kämpft jetzt schon gegen Skorbut. Ich habe unseren Jahrestag vermasselt. Wir sind öfter getrennt, als mir lieb ist. Sie ist hier auf der Insel.
Still in public service. Fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote limes as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
Ja.
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
Ja, wo finde ich den denn?
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
Okay.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
Interessant.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Okay, es geht also nur um den Griff.
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
Gut, kriegen wir aber auch hin.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop.
Ja, sehr schön. Beeindruckung des Zertifikat des Gesundheitsamtes.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. Then you have a packet of stick-on stars. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
Active little guys, aren't they?
Kann man nicht mitnehmen.
Looks like a mugshot.
Was man sich alles
The
angucken
food is
kann.
more exciting when you can smell the risk. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk.
Ja, ich habe auch schon mal was Verdorbenes gegessen. Das war nicht angenehm im Nachhinein.
Pleasantly scorching hot.
Okay, draußen ist die Lumemöwe.
The plaque says, in memory of looming seagulls of old.
Ja, luminös in der deutschen Übersetzung. Macht natürlich nur Sinn, wenn man die direkte Übersetzung oder den direkten Wortlaut kennt. Loom, ne? Das ist wie das Spiel, was der Kopf vorhin beworben hat.
I think someone tried to secure a boat with this.
Die können wir noch brauchen. Gut. Also, wir brauchen einen speziellen Baum, Freunde. Wo nehmen wir den denn hin? Her. Nee. Ganz klasse. Ganz klasse bisher.
LeChuck, sir.
Wow.
Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done.
Murray.
Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed. Wait, let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Shouldn't we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
Artstyle passt schon. Ich kann mir aber trotzdem vorstellen, dass der nochmal wechselt an irgendeiner Stelle. Vielleicht so, auch wenn es nur für einen Gag ist. Kommen wir nicht raus? Doch. Das dürfen wir jetzt so erkunden. Aha. Haus der Gouverneurin. Hier erstmal im Garten. Oh. Oh. Ach du Schande. Ausguck, die Docks, obere Straße. Schild lädt.
Warning. The dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
Okay, was hat er jetzt gerade? Kann er nochmal ran? Ich gehe nur raus. Will zurück in den Wald. Ah, das ist ein Reh. Und dann gehen da die Augen an. Ah, okay, das merken wir uns einfach mal. Und ansonsten gehen wir mal gucken. Aha, das kleine Kletterschiff bewundern.
Oh, I used to love these when I was 6.
Ah ja, okay.
Museum of Pirate Lore. I used to love these when I was 6. Until I got trapped in one for 2 days. I think they're illegal now.
Wir behalten im Hintergrund, als er 6 war.
Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
Stimmt, das ist von der Schwertmeisterin, ne? Ist sie da noch drin?
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Danke.
Thanks.
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Authenticity is our watchword and our pledge. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
Ich habe viele Fragen.
That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know.
Oh.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it.
Okay.
What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me.
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it. But it was touching.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
Okay, dann hat sie wohl keine Voodoo Powers.
There's some very tiny writing on it.
Ja, das werde ich nicht machen, weil der Wachpapagei ja uns frisst sonst.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it.
Okay,
What's
stimmt.
the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy #1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important.
Mal eigentlich hier speichern, sag mal. Ah, Tatsache. Aus Gründen.
The display case is locked. How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
Ah. Ich habe da einen Knoten im Gehirn. Also, wenn der Anfang des Spiels gerade sozusagen das Ende von Monkey Island 2 sein sollte, dann heißt es ja, dass es im echten Guybrush-Leben keinen Big Whoop-Schatz gegeben hat. Oder doch? Dann haben wir also nicht das Ende gehabt? Oder ist das wahre Ende, wie wir durch den Keller ziehen und LeChuck jagen? Weil hier ist ja die Karte. Hier ist ja die Karte. Das heißt, Big Whoop gibt es ja. Und entführt wurde das auch. Also es ist kein Hirngespinst. Entweder es ist sehr obvious oder ich verstehe es gerade nicht.
What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to
Spoiler
keep pouring
warnung.
the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine.
Ja, ja, ja. Sehr schön. Ist echt cool, dass hier so die ganzen Erinnerungen sind. Da dürfen wir bestimmt nicht rein, ne? Doch, dürfen wir. Oh, Papageienfutter.
It's cracker mix. Some assembly required.
Jetzt müssen wir bauen. Okay, ich guck. Die Schnur entwirren.
It's hopeless.
Okay.
Pirate Times. Editor Conrad Lee. Ready to publish your unrecognized genius. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet.
Aber die müssen wir wahrscheinlich mit Wasser oder sowas anmischen, ne?
Especially fortified for the healthy parrot.
To-Do-Liste. LeChucks Mannschaft beitreten, Quartiermeisterin kennt mich, einen Mob herstellen, Mob-Stil finden. Ist das auch ein Hinweis? Ist das auch ein Hinweis hier unten? Ist das vielleicht wirklich nur Seemannsgarn? Wir werden sehen. Wir werden es rausfinden. Wir werden es auf jeden Fall hier rausfinden, Freunde. So, da.
Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook.
Meat Hook.
Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Melee.
Ja, Meat Hook war cool.
That's a nice coffin.
The one with the oar. Yeah, the
den wir
coffin
gerudert
had
sind.
a lot of water damage when I got it from the voodoo lady in town. But I managed to restore it. It was used by a certain well-known captain in a daring escape from a Turkish prison.
The water damage is actually from the swamp on Scab Island.
Unlikely. The prison in question is nowhere near Scab Island.
You should think about hiring a research assistant.
Oh, I did. Unpaid, of course. Intern.
Ja, Faktencheck, ne?
Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
What's the significance of the peg leg?
That belonged to the infamous Peg Leg Patty. She used to hide a spare cutlass in it, in case of capture. Sadly, that's the reason she's no longer with us.
Aha. Gut, also wir sind uns einig, dass wir hier jetzt nicht so viel gefunden haben. Wir brauchen ja irgendwas Persönliches. Ein persönlicher Baum, der für unseren Mob geeignet ist. Ups, jetzt habe ich einmal rausgeklickt. Entschuldige mich. Museum haben wir. Hier oben ist nix. Wir könnten zur Werft gehen. Vielleicht finden wir da was. Wir gucken mal. Komm, wir haben ja Zeit.
Wow, it's worse than I imagined.
Tja.
The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. It says, Tan's previously owned vessels. So sad. Stan's used to be the best place to buy used ships. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships.
Ja, das stimmt.
It's a dried up old sea sponge.
Den nehmen wir mit. Gibt's einen Spongebob-Witz?
Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now.
Können wir den mitnehmen, den Rosteimer? Auch nicht.
There was a time when every
Entschuldigung.
mooring would be
Ja,
filled with
entschuldige.
one of Stan's used ships. It always looks bigger on this side of the island.
An glücklichere Zeiten denken. Okay.
I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival.
Ist das so ein ganz klein bisschen, vielleicht eine Metapher für das Adventure-Genre an sich? Dass es da mal bessere, glorreiche Zeiten gab? Ich denke so an Sierra Online zurück oder halt LucasArts. Vielleicht.
The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush?
Die sollen wir ja holen. In seinem Office ist das ja, sagte er. Ein richtiges Inventarrätsel gehabt, ne? Bisher.
It's good for relieving stress.
Können wir irgendwas kombinieren? Bisher? Nein. Gut, wir brauchen Wasser. Kann ich irgendwo... Kann ich alles nicht, ne? Kann ich alles nicht. Glücklichere Zeiten denken will ich jetzt nicht. Ich bin total glücklich, dass das Spiel da ist. So. Mealy Island. Die Docks. Aus der Gouverneurin. Die obere Straße. Die Docks. Wir gehen nochmal zu den Docks. Ding, 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 ding. So. Was können wir machen mit dem Schwamm? Oh, hier ist wieder jemand.
Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir.
Das ist so Classic Guybrush hier.
Fancy.
Jahre.
Okay. Ist so geil. Gut, was ich gucken wollte war, können wir den Schwamm irgendwo hier irgendwas aufsaugen mit dem Schwamm? Gar nichts, ne? Crazy. Noch kein richtiges Inventory-Rätsel hier. So, weißt du
Well,
Bescheid?
you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares
Yeah.
about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
Ja, arbeitet jemand in der Gastro? Ich glaube, da ist das ziemlich nah dran.
Oh, where did he say he had the dish he wants you to make?
At the governor's mansion. It's probably some exotic, weird-tasting thing from a swanky cookbook.
Da rennen wir gleich hin. So, an dieser Stelle kann ich hier Pause drücken. Jawohl. Pausiere ich, denn die Folge ist vorbei. Geht aber auch gleich weiter. Bleibt alle ganz ruhig. Bis dann. Tschüss.